Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. I am super excited doing this with you. I am so happy that we get to learn how to make money together. This session, this training, this masterclass, whatever you call it, money workshop is going to reveal important wealth secrets on how to grow your money. And today, start by subscribing. If you're already here for this class, for this training, you are so blessed. You are so blessed. And I want to welcome you. Today, I want to talk about how to make it in the stock market. Listen, I am your financial best friend. Really, when it comes to money matters, when it comes to how to make your money grow, I am your girl. I want you to know that the fact that we didn't get certain things in school taught to us does not mean that we're going to overlook it or we are done for. Okay. So, warm welcome again. I'll be talking about how to master how to earn from the stock market. We're going to do all this in less than 2 hours. It's going to be simple for you to understand. There won't be any financial jargon. Everything is going to be very practical and sure insight. Of course, this is not a financial advice. The essence of this is to open your eyes to see that there are different ways, easier ways to build wealth, lazy way, stress-free way, better ways, more legit that can actually change your life. And in the course of this training, you are going to be so happy that you did it. So hi, everybody. Drop your name and location. Please drop it in the comments. If you're seeing this wherever you're watching from, drop your name and drop your location. Where are you watching this training from? It's very important for me. I am personally going to reach out to you and give you a shout out. So please drop your name and your location for me. I'm waiting. I am. All right, so let's move on. We have a lot to talk about. So a bit of housekeeping, okay? Make sure you have a notebook. This is like one of the most important video trainings you're going to have this 2025, this year. I can promise you that. And this class is going to last between 60 minutes to 90, depending. You can also ask your questions, all right? You can also ask questions if you want to get rich overnight. I just want to let you know that this class is definitely not for you. If you're looking to make money, if you want to double your money by tomorrow, it is not going to happen here. I want wealth builders, people that want to build wealth that lasts. You know that kind of money that you will make that you're going to enjoy the money. Your children will enjoy the money. Your grandchildren will hear about investment that you made, that they're enjoying their money. That is the kind of thing I'm talking about. So if you are on that frequency, on that radar with me, I need you to follow me on this journey. So my goal is to equip you with tools to help you to build lazy wealth. You know, I've always grown up thinking that everything has to be hustle, hustle, hustle. Like at some point, it felt like everything I have to hustle for it, I have to fight for it, I have to get it by fire by force. So imagine me bumping into financial education and understanding that this is how rich people are building money, and we are here sweating, working our ass off. I don't know if you've heard this quote by Warren Buffett that he said, if you do not find a way to make money while you sleep, you're going to work all your life. The day I heard this particular quote, it changed something in me. It moved something in me. I told myself, Kai, this is not the kind of life I want to. So this is one of the reasons why I started, you know, teaching financial education, going all out, going to schools, going to organizations, going to offices, going to, set up personal clients and everything because it meant a lot to me. So I'm going to be teaching you how to make it in the Nigerian stock market. Now I'm going to tell you I do just 10% to max 20% of my money in the Nigerian stock market. I focus more in the US stock market. And now people ask me if investing in the US stock market is working. Sis, bro, I'm not just going to tell you yes, but I'm going to show you proof. I am going to show you proof, all right? So, hi, my name is Julia Musu. I'm the founder of FinWise Africa. Now, FinWise Africa is what I call the Amazon of finance. I am a financial wealth educator, so you can call me your money buddy. I am also the stock buddy because stock is my thing. I realize that you don't need a whole lot. You can actually be a master in maybe one thing, and I choose the stock market. And I have built a wealth builders community, which I would definitely love to have you be a part of this community. We are doing big, big things. We are doing big, big things. You need to join us. So we are building the Amazon of finance. You know how you go to Amazon to shop for different things you need? That is how I want to make this community an Amazon of finance where you will not lack any information that has to do with finances. So I hope you're excited meeting me. So I have actually created financial programs, courses, YouTube videos, and books that have helped thousands of people around the world. And I have been featured many times on Afia TV to discuss financial matters. Now, Afia TV is on DSTV and Go TV too. I have been, you know, a regular host. I'm sorry. Yes, they have hosted me a couple of times so that I could come and speak and discuss financial matters. And my dream is to help many women. Why? A lot of women do not understand money. There's a part where, as a woman, when you understand how to manage money, you become a huge asset, not just to yourself, but to your family and to your spouse, because it is so important. Women are better money managers. You can argue if you're a guy. Come on, I said it with my full chest. So my dream is to help many women and men to build solid portfolio. A collective, I'm looking at one day, I'll be able to look at all we have put in, the portfolios we have built into, build what for us for life to be up to $1 million. And yes, so help me God. I enjoy money coaching on all things money and stock market investing. So this is me, some of the invitations. This was in December 2024. As you can see here, I was so DSTV channel 254, GoTV channel 17. So Afia TV, their morning show. I've been there. I've also gone there to discuss when they added the ATM transaction fee and all that. So yes, I have. If you want to check me out, go to Facebook and type in Musebere Julia. You're going to see me. My Facebook page is a university. Yes, if you are following me, you would learn a lot of things. I do so many things there. And on my YouTube channel, if this is your first time, you need to go look at other videos I have done that have gathered a lot of views, and I simplify anything that has to do with money. So let us begin. Enough of me, me, me. And I'm sure now you're excited. Now you have seen me. Now you know the things I do. You will be like, okay, this can be my bestie, really. This can be my sis. Okay, so where are you right now? Maybe you are just a beginner, you're just getting started. You've been hearing about investing in the stock market and you really do not know where to get started from. Or maybe you're a novice, you've never really invested, but you've been seeing pop-up information about, how to build wealth, or you just bumped into this, or maybe a friend sent this information to you, and we are here in this masterclass tonight. So you can also be investing but a bit confused. Now I know that you have had a bad experience. There are people who meet me and they tell me, I've been investing, but I've been making losses. I've been losing money. Yes, it is possible. Maybe your parents, siblings, or someone you know lost money. There are people who will tell me the money my parents, put in ABC stock, they could not get any tangible thing. In fact, I had met a couple. They had invited me to their church to do a presentation, and they came to me and they said, "You see, the two of us, we don't want to mention the stocks, but these stocks we put in a lot of money, and what we got was just less than 30% of our capital. Not even talking about profit. Profit core." So maybe you just want to restart with the right knowledge. Maybe you've done things the wrong way, or you've not really had someone to mentor you or to guide you. I am here offering myself to help you. And now I know you've been thinking, how can I start investing this year? The year is running, I've not done anything for myself. What companies will help me to double my money? Like, which company share will I buy to double my money? What companies will help me to create consistent monthly earnings? Yes, there are companies that pay every month. In fact, let me just keep say this small. There are companies that pay every week. Every week you collect weekly pay. It is access to information. No, now you may be the kind of person who is like, I'm afraid to lose money. I am super busy. How can I do this? How does this work? Where do I really start? Chill. Your girl got you. Okay. I have you at the very center of my heart. So why is this training important? Why did I have to come up with this training? Because I've been doing videos in bits and parts, and I felt like I want to put everything together so that that person who is interested can just sit down and tell yourself, I want to dedicate 1 full hour to learn something important for my life. So I know you really want to change your financial situation, but you don't want to waste your time. You actually don't want to waste your money because see, hey, everything has gone up. So when people lose 1 naira, it pains me. I want you to understand that there are better ways to do these things without losing your time and your money. You don't, maybe you don't have an investment plan, you don't have an investment account, you don't have any strategy. So people are losing money because they don't have a strategy. If you have a strategy, even when your account is in minus point, you know that okay, this upside potential is going to give you this. Or maybe you really want to retire early. That is why I'm doing this training, so that you see that in the next 15 years you can actually retire. Or you never thought that, investing in the stock market can actually fund your dream life. I want to show you it is possible. So maybe you've taken other classes before, or you are just doing your own research, copying people's, oh, go and buy this stock. You don't know why they are telling you to buy this stock. Or maybe you feel what you're doing is not working and you need support. That is why I'm doing this training. So in this special free training, I'm going to show you how it's possible to earn good returns, even better than treasury bills, even better than bonds, and to grow your money in the stock market using one of my favorite strategies. In fact, this is one of the best times to be in the stock market. Treasury bills can help you to, sleep well at night. But the truth is that because of our inflation, if you are getting 17%, 15%, 13%, and our inflation is between 24 to 30%, you are getting nothing because even all the profits you're making, inflation is eating it off. Inflation simply means increase in the prices of goods and services. So 3 years ago, one piece of egg would cost like 30 naira. Today, it is 250 naira. That is inflation. So you now use same amount of money to buy less quantity. So you have 1 million naira. What you would have bought with 1 million, you will now use like 1.5 million to buy it. That is the effect of inflation. Now, what if stocks can give you 50% return and beat this 30%, meaning that you now have more than enough to take care of whatever increase that is coming? What if you can actually earn 100%? You see, I just want to show you that it is possible. So imagine if you're able to create a passive income from the strategies I'm going to teach you, and you can actually live off your investment. You can travel. I've been able to travel using the profit from my stocks. I've been able to plan early retirement. I've been able to set up a financial ease for me and my family. Your family is able to live a better life because you took this first step by attending this class. You are not just attending this class, but you want to become the first generational wealth builder. Just think for a while. Imagine this whole thing in all its glory, that this whole thing can be possible, that without doing anything, money is coming. Passive income. Passive income simply means money you earn doing nothing. You don't have to go and physically work. Just owning assets will give you this. Now, imagine if you can live, or if you want to do some trips and you just go and get money from your stock investment, you travel. Imagine that. Imagine if your family is saying, oh my God, God bless you because you took a first step. And now, because you know this, you have benefited, you have rubbed off on this beautiful, amazing opportunity. Just think for a moment how this has, will be able to impact your life. Think, think. So you can do this. When I say you can achieve all you have imagined, I mean you can achieve all of this without borrowing money. Yes, many times when I see people telling me, there's this particular investment I heard about, I want to go and borrow money to do it. You really do not need to borrow money. You just need to understand what can you do with the little you have, because that's where it starts from. You see people who have borrowed money and now the business has gone down the drain, the investment has disappeared. You saw what happened in the last few days about the Ponzi scheme that dealt with a lot of people. Imagine if you had borrowed money. How will you now start paying back? Eh? Nkechi, how will you start paying back? Emeka, this is in the voice of our Proco Doctor, Sha. So now you don't need to start with a lot of money. So you can achieve all that I've shown you without needing a lot of money, without hiring a financial advisor. If you get financially educated and get the financial information, you would be able to take these decisions without really needing, a lot of people to be. You don't even need to be a techie person. Some people tell me, no, I'm not so techie. All these things about this phone, you can do it. It's so simple. You don't need to be a techie person. So if all I have been saying so far is resonating with you, please drop a comment for me. Comment, I am ready. I deserve this. I can't wait to retire. I can't wait to travel with money I'm making from my stock market. I want you to type in that you are ready. You want to print dollars every month from stocks. Type it in the chat. Type it in the comment for me. I want to see it. Remember, I told you that I'm going to be going through I'm going to be responding. I'm seeing your names, though. So drop it in the comment and tell me. I want to know how ready and how prepared you are to make this money. So I'm going to tell you something. This is something I realized, okay? So I realized that investments can actually help you to start a beautiful life journey. And I started thinking that we all deserve to be rich, like we all deserve to be wealthy. It's not something that has to do with maybe some people. No, no, no. It is sometimes it is not, it is access to information that makes it look like you don't know what you're doing. So I'm going to be honest with you. People think investing is difficult, but it is one of the simplest things you can ever do in this life. And it will give you peace. I told you that there are stocks that pay me every week, meaning that every Monday morning, when people are waking up, I'm just waking up to money dropping in my wallet. So I can use it to either buy back the stock or choose to cash it and use it to do something. So I'm telling you because I've taught over 1,000 people on how to invest in the stock market. So by the end of this class, you will know how to invest in the stock market, you by yourself. So let's talk about the wealth blueprint. Now, this wealth blueprint is something that helped me to understand how to use my money. Because sometimes our problem is not that we're not making money. I have met clients who are earning so well, like their salary every month is juicy, but there is nothing. They can't say they can retire in the next 5 years. They cannot also say they have any investment. Their own stops at number two: work, bills, work, bills, work, bills. That's all they know. This part is not existing. And some of them, where they are working, they don't have any retirement fund, no pension plan. And you tell me you are in this world. That's so bad. So the key word here is ownership. The idea is this: when you make money from your work or you make money from your business, so depending on where you're operating from. Some people have met me and they said, people that are working in 9 to 5, they have pension plan. Do you know you can plan your own pension? Sometimes what you have even planned by the side will give you more than what you're getting from the government work. So if you can plan your own, and there are easier ways to do it. Is either you go to a pension home and set up an individual retirement account, or you can set up your own retirement fund using the stock market and allow it to compound for you. So when you work, before you start paying bills, bring out some money and put into investment. So you can just be 5%. Let's say you earn 500,000. Okay. Now 10% is 50,000 naira, right? 5% is 25,000 naira. You can bring out 25,000 naira and put it into investment. And I'm going to tell you why. We'll get to that part. But I just want to let you know that stocks can actually fund your dream life. Just think of the country you want to go to. Put it in the chat for me. Tell me, what is your favorite country in the world, like you want to visit for vacation, like a 1 week trip, 10 days weekend getaway, whatever you want to travel with your friends? Tell me maybe one or two. For me, it is US. That's my number one favorite country in the world. Then number two for me is Paris, Italy. All right. So it depends. Everybody have their own, but you could actually fund your dream life. Get to travel. It can just be an interstate thing. You can move from one state to another. You mustn't really travel out of Nigeria, but being able to give yourself, pamper yourself, love yourself is important. So the last 2 years, if you had been investing your money in T-bills, it's actually good because you are better than the person who is not doing anything. And I understand because so many people, their part of their issue for not even investing is that the family load. Some people their own is beyond their immediate family, maybe wife or husband or children. Some people their own even goes as far as their siblings. Black tax. Your parents are dependent on you. Your siblings are calling you. All of these are contributing to helping you not to make any move. And after 5, 10, 15, 20 years, you begin to get angry because you've given a lot of yourself and yet there is nothing for you. So let's say you have done treasury bills the last 2 years, you would have made like maybe 20 to 40%, depending on how often whether you're doing the 90 days, 180 days, or 365 days. But do you know that a stock like Nvidia returned 200%? Can you see the difference? In 2 years, somebody is making 20%. In 2 years, somebody is getting 200%. And this is not a gambling thing, no guesswork, just proper um doing your research work very well and knowing what to do and not being greedy too. Okay, so one more thing, I want to show you how to achieve similar result like this, like we do in our money community. There are so many stocks that we have started buying the last 30 days. Some of these stocks are going to give us 5 times, so 500%. Some of them will, in fact, there's one I showed them. I said, this one, those are the people in my VIP community. Those people, they're enjoying. I showed them one stock that can give us 700%. I kid you not. So this is one of the reasons why I want you to, listen very well and get into this opportunity so that you can learn how to get similar results and do your own research. Now I'm going to drop a bonus because, of course, I love the fact that you are listening to me, you're here with me, you're learning. So make sure you're not distracted. Don't miss out on any of my investment and investing insights. I have special gifts. 2 lucky people will win some free stocks from me. And you have to stay till I do the discussion because along the line, I'm going to bring this conversation and I will tell you how you can actually qualify to win these free stocks. Just think of stocks that I'm going to give you that you can even sell and still make money. I will even show you how to use it, get the stocks, use it to make money. So that when you pull out your profits, the capital still stays. This is why I said I'm your financial bestie. Your girl is going off, but I want you to understand that I am here for you and I can do show you a lot. All right. So let's talk about the Nigerian hustle. This whole situation where we all grew up, we went to school, we worked hard, and we expected to go get a job, and we grew up, and hey, adulthood, hey, adulthood na scam. Oh. Adulting in Nigeria has its own wahala. Our Nigerian situation, hey God, I don't know how to say it, but it is just so annoying. I do not blame people who are running off, who are leaving the country, who are doing japa. I do not blame them one bit. If you see opportunity, grab it with your hand, your legs, everything, grab it. But the question is, what if your money can hustle with you? What if you don't have to do all of this hustle by yourself? Because a lot of times people are working so hard every month, month in, month out. What if your money can follow you and do some hustle so that in the next 2 years, only your money will be doing the hustle? So this Nigerian hustle will not be the Nigerian money hustle. So it will turn from just Nigerian hustle to Nigerian money hustle. So let me ask you, if you have 1 million, 100,000, 10,000, 5 million, 10 million, where will you invest it for great returns? That is where knowledge is powerful. When you have information, you'll be able to make the right decisions. That's why I keep saying that the secret is making money work for you. It's not about, oh, how much am I earning? It's about the money that is entering my hand, that is entering my bank account. How is it working for me? By the time you're able to answer this question, and I hope you will by the end of this training because I would have opened your eyes. Like I said before, inflation is real. It's actually higher than we think. Let's look at a concept called the Jollof Rice Index. We are going to head over to Google. This Jollof Rice Index was curated to show the total cost of preparing jollof rice in Nigeria and Ghana. It tracks the cost of cooking jollof rice. So currently it is around 21,579 naira to cook a proper jollof rice. Let me take you there so you can see. All right, so here we are in Google. So I just simply typed jollof rice index, and then I just went over to this particular page um to just go through it. So this particular information was published in November 2024. So it's possible that now it may be more than that. So can you see that? I'm sure some people will be wondering. So they've never heard of anything called the jollof rice index. So within a period of 4 months, June to September, the average cost of preparing a pot of jollof rice, a popular Nigerian delicacy for a family of five, rose by 5.1% to 21,300, according to the latest jollof rice index report. So what I'm trying to say is that this was done for September. You know, imagine if we're not doing it for 2025, probably to like be around 30,000 naira. Just imagine. This is not funny. Oh. Like, yes, I'm trying to, laugh about it, but it's not funny. And this price, was driven by a rise in tomatoes and pepper. You see that inflation is affecting everything. That basket of tomatoes you used to buy for 20,000 now is over 100,000 naira. What do you think will happen? It will still take a ripple effect. And now, let's say this family of five are using 21,300 out of the new 70,000 naira minimum wage to be able to fund for a pot of jollof rice. How are they going to cope? Because this food, I'm sure it will not pass one night. That night that they just prepared it, it will vamoose. And remember that this jollof rice surge is primarily driven by substantial price hike in key ingredients like tomatoes and pepper. Other essential components like rice, turkey, beef, vegetable oil have already contributed to the overall increase. Oh. So there's I just want to show you that you need to be making more money. The fact that you're earning salary means that a part of that salary has to be going to some place so that you'll be able to use it to help yourself. That's why I said everybody should learn how to make their money work for them. So I'm going to go through the presentation. I'm going to tell you about my money story and how I started on this journey. Okay, beautiful people. Let's talk about my money story because we all have where we all started from. Let me tell you something. I never used to be good with money. Oh. Hey, I used to be terrible with money. After my salary, I used to wonder what is happening to my money. I used to think that somebody is stealing my money. I used to feel like my friends are cheating me. Whenever we go out, I spend more. There were just so many things I had in my head going back and forth. But the moment I realized that I needed to take a financial education classes, it changed my mind. So this is when I started. I started with mutual funds. I didn't really start with US stock, but mutual funds is a basket of stocks that are carefully picked and managed by fund managers who are experts. So instead of you doing all the let me sit and think which stock will I buy, which stock will I do this, all you need to do is to just go and get a mutual fund. Look through all their different packages. What I used to do Codros, and then I have Stanbic IBTC mutual fund, and then I recently added Optimus. Optimus is sweeting me the most because their app is on fire. I've done a lot of videos on it, and I'm going to link some of the videos in the description so that you get to watch that. So you see how to set up your app and see all the amazing things that this app has. So I started with mutual fund, and it was for me it was a one-off thing. I attended a seminar and I got this lesson about financial education. I've never heard of anything like that in my life. And by the time the classes ended, I just opened immediately, filled my form. And the way I did my own, I made it in such a way that all my investment earnings will be reinvested into the capital. Because at that point in time, I didn't have anything for myself. I wanted to be able to push in money somewhere that I don't want to be getting money to be eating. Because see, if you put in 1 million and every month that 1 million pays you maybe 10,000 naira. This is an example, right? And every month they pay you 10,000, you spend it. You are not going to grow that your 1 million to 10 million. So I decided that whatever money I'm putting there, I'm not going to be adding any other money anytime soon because of the situations around me, but I put in a bulk sum into that account and I signed it and feel that every earnings should be reinvested into my capital. My capital has gone more than 2 times the value. I kid you not. So it was from there that I now learned that US stock is actually mutual fund, just that this one is professionally managed. But in US stock, I get to understand that I'm the one picking these stocks. I can pick it as an individual stock. I can pick it as an ETF, which is a basket of stocks. I can pick as dividends. And honestly, I lost money as a beginner because I was doing trial and error. I didn't want to pay to learn US stock. I felt like understanding mutual fund, I already have some ideas. And I lost money. Like I bought some stocks. I don't know if you have heard of penny stocks. These are stocks that are like $1, $2, 0.5, 0.03. I was hoping that if I buy a stock at $2, it will run to $10. Crazy idea. Now they happen, but it is highly I don't know which word to use, but those type of tradings can rip you off. You can make money, you can also lose. Same way they are jumping up, you can also buy the one that is about to die, and they will die with you. So from trying to double or triple or five times your money, cheap things, you may end up losing like 80% of your money. So I was buying wrong stocks. I didn't know that I had to look at, why am I buying this stock? This stock, is it something that I can afford to have for the next 5 years? Is this the kind of stock I want to roll over to my children to enjoy the benefit? I wasn't thinking all those things. And I learned my lesson. Of course, you know now. So let's talk about how much you're leaving on the table. Because when I realized that I was leaving money on the table, I started becoming intentional about my investments. So let's talk about it. Now, this is Palantir. Palantir in 2024, which is just last year, it was around $30. In February 2025, this stock hit 125. Now, currently, due to the recent sell-off, Donald Trump is in power, he's bringing tariffs, and is causing a lot of shake-up in the stock market, which is one of the best things that can happen to you. When a stock is running up from 30 to 125, along the line, it will pull back and come to somewhere in the middle. So this stock came back to 65, 67, 68. And those people that miss it at 30, you can imagine that if you get at 60 and it runs back to 125, you actually have made 100%. True or false? Type it in the chat. True or false? Have you made more money now? So now it has run to 125 and now it's back. We are leveraging the opportunity. Tesla stock, Tesla used to be 180. In fact, I bought this stock at 175. This stock ran to $488 in less than 1 year. In less than 1 year. So the question is, all these things are happening, but you are not aware. Now imagine if that idle money you kept in the bank, that money you say, let me put it in the bank, I'm going to use it, let me go and put it in the bank, and you are still collecting money from that amount though. But imagine if you had put it into this stock, and this stock had given you almost 4 times the value, meaning that if you had 1 million, you would have had 4 million. Can you beat that? So this is the reason why I keep telling people, it doesn't really matter. Oh. The beautiful thing about stock market is that you don't have to have the entire $30. You can actually use $2 to buy this stock. If this stock grows 100%, your $2 will go to $4. Simple. You see? So it's not a must that, this thing you're saying now, where will I get $30? You can actually start with $2. Even this one, you can actually start with $2. It's called fractional shares. Okay, so let's look at Nigerian stocks. How much are you leaving on the table? 2024, I alerted people in my community that this stock, Wando, 18 naira. In fact, some people bought at 20, 25 naira. This stock ran to 90 naira within a space of like 6 months or so. This is another recent one, livestock. This stock used to be 3 naira, 4 naira, and it ran to 10 naira. It has pulled back to around 7 naira or so, which is another good opportunity, because if you buy a stock at 7 naira and it goes to 10, you've made like almost 40% of your money. So these are small figures. So imagine that you have 1,000 naira and you want to buy this stock at 4 naira with 1,000 naira. Do you know how many shares you're going to have? You're a big person. Oh. It's not a small something. You know why? I want you to understand that you don't have to start looking for 100,000 naira. I'm not saying if you have it, it's not good. But I'm saying that when you have limitation of cash, but you are really interested in getting started, this should not be. Remember when I said you don't need to borrow money, you don't need to start with heavy amount of money. This is what I meant. I wanted to show you the proof so that you will see that this is very workable. So you missed these opportunities. All right. So No problem. Every day that you wake up is the day you wake up is your morning. So the fact that you missed an opportunity, the beautiful thing about stock market is that every day is presenting us with so many amazing opportunities. So currently, like I said, we have events like the Trump tariff. We have inflation that is affecting both Nigeria and other parts of the world. The only thing is that our own is an alarming rate, 24 to 30%. In the US, theirs is 2.4, and they're going crazy. Imagine if their own gets to 10%. Hey. So another thing is that the prices of stocks are dropping. Another opportunity of new millionaires and billionaires are being created right now in the stock market. And that is the reason why I started thinking of us doing this information, going through this. So um you can also check this information, some of these things I'm talking about, this news of global events. You can go to cnbc.com, go to your Google and type cnbc.com, and you're going to read a lot of information about the stock market. Just type in what's going on in the US stock market. Are stocks dropping? Just type some of this information that I've put in here, and you will get all you need. So I'm going to head over to Weibo, and I'm also going to head over to Google Finance so that we can look at Palantir as a case study so that you will see all this information. So I want to give you, an instance. If all you had in 2024 was $200 and you bought Palantir when it was $30, meaning you have about 6 shares, 6 point something, but let's just do approximate 6 shares. In 2025 February, when it ran to 125, your $200 would be worth 750. Maybe you bought a dollar 1,200 at this point. Now, this profit of $550, you will sell it at 1,600 or 1,500, whichever modest calculation you want to use. Can you see how your money has done some work for you, which you will not be able to do? So we're going to head over to Google Finance and Weibo. I'm going to show you the two of them so that you will see what I'm talking about. Okay, just come over here and type Google Finance. So just go to your Google and type Google Finance. Google is such an advanced app that I really enjoy it. So when you come here, this very first one that has this Google sign is what you pick. You click on it. Now you come here, you see search for stocks. So you can see a lot of things happening here. Today is not for us to go through all this. This is what I teach in the community, okay? So you come to search here and you type Palantir. Now you see it pop up, Palantir Technologies. You click on it. You see this stock. So I want you to look at certain things. Just follow me, okay? Palantir used to be $30 and then it grew to 125. Now this one is showing one day. That's the last 24 hours. You can see this is the move this stock has made in the last 24 hours. So you may not see much. If you come here, this is the last 1 month. So it will show you what has been happening. You can see the stock has been dropping the last 1 month. Now let's look at the last 1 year. You can see that this stock used to be around $20. Can you see? Let me take this. I want to show you this very well. So can you look here? This is May 2024 and we are still in April. You can see the stock used to be around $20 and it was there for quite some time, hovering around 20. So as I'm moving it, you'll be seeing the price move. Just look up, you see the price move. You also see the volume. So you can see the stock was hovering around 20, 24, 30 until September. So it was around September that this move started. You can see it started moving from 30 to 40, then to 50. Then it moved to 80. He pulled back into the 60s and then took off again to what? 125. 124.62, approximately 125. This was 18th of February 2025. Can you see this? Now this stock came down again. So this was that opportunity I told you. The last time it touched 67. Here it touched 83. Here it touched 74. Now imagine grabbing this opportunity. This stock, the next time is going to run and cross this 125. Trust me. So imagine if it crosses to 140 and you bought this stock at $70. So this is what I want to show you. So I just want you to go. You can use your phone to check this and you can get all the information you need. Another one I use, which is one of my favorites, is my Weibo. You may not understand this because this is what I used to teach people in my community, but I just want to show you that this is possible. So here, this one will give you a clearer picture. So you will see all the charts. So if I take it to the last, the weekly, you can see this move very well. So you can see from 15, see this move, see this jump, and see this pullback. You can see that it came down to 66, and since that time, so imagine if you even bought this stock at $66 and it has grown to $97. You see that you would have made some good profit. So these are the things that I teach you. You learn how to make your money by your own self. You don't need anybody doing anything differently from you. So this is one of some of the um websites and tools and that we use in the community. And I really hope that you actually learned something from this. So any stock you want to think. So let's say you use an Apple phone, you come here and type Apple, you will get all the information. So I'm going to teach you something how people were able to turn 10,000 naira to 11 million. Sorry, 111 million. And that's because they were investing. So let's look at the last 5 years. Assuming you invested in Apple in the last 5 years, look at this place. Apple has returned 182% in the last 5 years, and this is just Apple. Let's come here and type Nvidia. Let's look for at Nvidia. So this is Nvidia. Look at the last 5 years. If you had invested in the last 5 years, your money would have grown 1,265. Now, some people will tell me, I have missed the opportunity. But I just mentioned to you that there are stocks that are going to do 700% in the next 6 to 12 months. So this we are getting in 5 years, but I want to show you something that can give you returns in the next 6 to 12 months. Isn't that amazing? I'm sure you're very excited. So if you're just joining us in this particular training at this point in time, this is the time you're just getting on to join us. I will be showing you in this training, first of all, how I grew a $56 account to over $200. Yes, it is doable. I see people who will tell me, I do not have enough money to invest in the stock market. Start small. I was able to grow a $56 account to 209 using my strategy. I'm going to talk to you about stock market, and I'm going to show you 3 hot lessons I learned after losing money. I'm also going to share with you the strategies that I use to help me recover my losses. And of course, 2 bonus stocks you can actually buy today. So if you're ready, let's head on. So this is my Bamboo small account success. So Bamboo is one of the apps I use. I use Optimus by AfriInvest, which is my number one. I use Trove, which is my number two, and I use Bamboo as my number three. These are stock apps that you're going to be able to access that are in Nigeria. We have the international apps, and I use Vest and Weibo. Today, I'm not going to talk about the international apps because to get them has a long thing. So let's just focus on where you are, what can you do. So I actually started small and I grew big. How did I do this? I had to look at the secrets that can help me achieve my success, because when you have large amount of money, you may not consider a lot of things, but when you have small amount of money, you just want to make sure that that money is used well and the money can give you the best return. True or false? True, right? So I'm going to discuss with you the secrets that I found. This is the first one. I understood trading fees. Now, when you're buying a stock, whether you're buying Nigerian stock or US stock, whether you're selling a Nigerian stock or selling a US stock, there are some fees you will pay. You're paying the money to, it's like when you do a transfer from your account to somebody else's account or your own account, maybe from bank A to bank B. There is always a transfer commission fee that they charge, right? That is the same way it happens. So I started looking at how much will they charge me when I buy a stock, how much will they charge me when I sell a stock. So I already built it in that, okay, if I'm going to buy and they will charge me $1 or $2, and I'm going to still be charged $1 or $2 again when I'm selling, that means I'll be losing $2 to $4. any stock that I'll be buying, I'll make sure the stock is going to give me returns. That is the one that when I remove my $4 or $2, depending on how much they charge me, I will still be able to make good profit. So this helped me. Another strategy I use to grow this account from $56 to over $200 is that I was buying some stocks at their low prices. There are some stocks I was tracking. When they came lower, I bought them, and some of them returned 40%, 70%, 100%. So this is the my gold mine strategy that I'm talking to you about. And another thing I looked at was the solid companies. There are companies that when they sell off, when they pull back, because the stock never ever moves in a straight line. So they go up, they come down, they go up, they come down. So I monitor that there are stocks that whenever they come down, they go up very fast. And I focused on that. I also focused on stocks that do well when good things are happening, and some stocks do well when other stocks are dropping. So that particular information changed the game for me. And because I applied all these things, I was able to grow my account. So I carefully picked the stocks that will give me 40, 50, 70, 100% return. I bought them low, I sold them high, and I made sure that whatever I was buying, they were all, bouncing back immediately. Stock market explained. So let's look at what stock market is. So stock market is like a marketplace. When you walk into a mall, a shopping mall, you would see that, okay, or you want to buy like tissue, or you want to buy like a serviette, there is always a line they will show you. Or maybe you want to buy detergent, they will take you to a special line that has all those things. Then you go there, you see varieties, and you make your pick. So that's how stock market is. The market, the only thing is that instead of buying shoes, bag, fruits, you are now buying tiny pieces of companies called shares. So the same way they put maybe cake here, ice cream here, shoes, clothes, you will now see Apple, Meta, all the favorite companies. So stocks and shares are you can use them interchangeably. Okay. What is a stock? A stock describes the ownership of one or more companies. So when you say I own shares or I own a stock, an Apple stock, it means that you co-own it with the owners, like you own a portion of that particular stock. Owning a share means that you own a part of those shares that the company has issued. So think of your favorite companies or favorite you know products you use. Maybe you have an iPhone, so there's Apple. Maybe you go on Amazon to shop. Maybe you have a Facebook account. How about owning a part of their shares? So what is a stock? This is a continuation. If the company you buy their shares grows, your shares will increase in value, just like planting a seed and watching it grow into a tree. When you plant this, say you bought this when it was $10 and you watch it grow to this level, now it is $100. That means the value of your money has grown 10 times. Hope this makes sense. So when you buy shares of a company, you buy a piece. So you're buying a small, tiny piece. So it means you can buy just the leaf and leave this side. That's what buying in fractions mean. The performance of a stock matters, meaning don't just buy a stock because we are hearing stock can make you money. So any stock you just buy, make sure you research and get the right stocks. My very first stock was Coca-Cola stock shares, and I started with $5. Even though at that point the value of the stock was around $50 or so, but I used $5, and since then I have used the same principle to buy stocks and use it to make money. Now, the next question you should ask yourself is, why should you invest in the stock market? Like, why should you put your money into, assets? Leaving money in the bank is like leaving your apple in the fridge. It won't grow. In fact, it will spoil when you leave it for a long time. So this is an apple. You bought an apple fruit and you keep it inside a bank. It's not going to grow. It's not going to multiply. After a while, it will begin to spoil. So that's how it is when you leave your money in the bank. It does not grow. It does not do much. Even if it's growing just by tiny fractions. And over a period of time, inflation will rotten it and make it useless. So saving is not investing. That you are saving money does not mean that you are investing. When you save money, your money is sleeping. When you invest money, your money will grow for you so you can actually beat inflation. So when you invest, you can retire early. When you invest, you can multiply your money over time through compounding. I'm going to show you how compound interest works. You know, those times we're in secondary school and primary school, they were teaching us simple interest and compound interest. We're just copying and pasting. Now we're bringing it to real life, so you see how it can work for you. We also invest for growth and to build generational wealth. So you want to build wealth that lasts, not the one that tomorrow stories will come. You also invest so you can go on vacation, you can work on your kids' education. These are the reasons why you should really invest in the stock market. Now, let's talk about the common misconceptions that people tell me. So I have seen people who say stock market is a scam. It's a lie. The truth is that you did not get the financial knowledge. You copied someone else's stock pick and you lost. So somebody may come to the YouTube or Facebook, whichever means, and the person will tell you, oh, we bought this stock and this stock has been printing us money. And you will quickly rush to go and buy the stock because you heard someone say they have bought it. Meanwhile, at the time the person is making the post, maybe the person has even sold the stock and has moved on to another stock, and you are buying it. So you are buying when the person is selling, and now when you buy it, you are waiting for it to go higher. It's like a stock someone bought at $40 and the stock has grown to $100. And the person now says, this stock made me money. You now jump and buy at $100. The person that bought at $40 has recovered, enough money, making $60. Okay, that's 60 more dollars added to the $40. And you that is just getting to know, you jump in at 100 and the stock now goes from 100 to 80, goes down again from 80 to 60. Now you are in minus 40. You have lost $40 out of your 100 and you begin to panic. And that's because you are buying at the wrong time. So you stick to getting a right coach and then get the right information so you can make some of these decisions by yourself. The second misconception I hear is it is hard. It's Stock market investing is the simplest thing ever. It does not require you to, go to be computer illiterate and all those things. No, 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 no. It is so simple that it is straightforward and you can do everything with just your phone. Other people will tell me, I have no money. My sister, my brother, you can actually start with just 5,000 naira and start with fractional shares, meaning buying a little tiny piece of a company. So if the stock you're interested in is $400 or $100 and what you have is $5, use your $5 to buy. Like I said, if the stock grows 100%, your $5 will grow to $10 automatically. So the last one, which is misconception, is people will tell me I will lose money. You will lose money when you sell at a loss out of fear. When you do not have any information, nobody is guiding you. You just took the decision, let me sell and go and do other things with my money. And you have to diversify your investment. For me, I have stocks that I buy for long term, I have stocks I buy for short term, and I have stocks I have for dividends. So the three of them has been able to make me to split my money and diversify them. The people who sold Palantir at $50 missed the entire move to 125. What do I mean by this? Some stocks are for long term. If you keep them for short term, you will miss it. So some people held Palantir as a short term thing. They bought it at probably $30 and sold at 50, and they were happy they had made 80%. But those who had long term plans for this Palantir stock left it until it hit 125. Look at from 50 to 125. That's a $75 move that you missed because you did not know which stock should be long term and for short term. Now let's talk about mistakes that investors make. No, the first one is not investing at all. When you do not invest, you are shooting yourself on the leg. You're going to miss out. One day you wake up and you ask yourself, why did I not do something? Even if you miss doing it to prove the person wrong. So that's the first thing. Not investing is a huge mistake. The second one is buying stock with hope, no analysis. You just go into the market and buy a stock and you are like, oh God, please let this stock move. I want this stock to move. Let it move up. Let it move up. I command it to move up without doing any proper analysis. Maybe the stock you're buying is not even a stock that is going to move. And you're busy crying and hoping. And one day you get frustrated and you sell. The third one is dividend trap. When you do not know that there are fees involved in dividends, owning dividends, you will be buying them not knowing that a time is coming when they're going to collect all the fees. There's something called the expense ratio that is being charged when you buy a dividend stock, but not every dividend stock has expense ratio. So these are things you need to learn and know. Buying hype stock because you want to blow overnight. So somebody talked about, oh, I bought this stock and the stock made 300% overnight. then you are excited, you want to jump in and buy because you want to make 300% overnight. It will tell on you like you're going to pay the hard price. Then fourth, copying other people's buys. You see somebody who just post and say, see this stock, I just bought a lot of it. Without doing your own analysis, you just go and buy. Buying too many stocks with little capital and not checking fees. This particular one is where most people are falling. Somebody has $100, the person will buy 20 different stocks. And for each one you buy, they are charging you $1, $0.75. By the time you look at all the stocks you've gathered, you've packed so many. Meanwhile, somebody who just used the money to buy one stock will be charged just once against you that bought 10 shares, 10 different stocks. So they're going to charge you differently for those 10 stocks you are buying. And then some people, they're not checking that they are charging fees. They are wondering, oh, I started with $100. I don't know how come $10 disappeared. You have been buying different stocks and they've been charging you. Then the last one, investing without a plan. This is horrible. I don't know how else to explain it. You are going to for a wedding. You don't have any plan. You don't have any dress to wear for the wedding. You did not prepare yourself. Then you're going for an interview, but you do not prepare for the interview. What are you thinking? You get there, they will ask you questions, you'll be scratching your head. That is what investing without a plan can do to people, and it is dangerous. I don't know how else to put it. It is something that you should not be caught doing it. Please go through these mistakes again. I am saying it, listing them out so that you do not fall into any of this. So if you had this experience before, I think this is a good time for you to look through your activities and be able to plan that you will not make these mistakes again. All right, so let's move on. I hope so far you're enjoying this lesson and training, this particular masterclass. I really hope so. So I'm going to talk about 2 ways to make money from stocks. There are 2 main ways. If any other person that tells you there's another way, person is probably lying. Except when you're abroad, there's a third one which is called the stock options. But for now, in Nigeria at this point in time, there are 2 ways which you can make money from stock markets. One is the capital appreciation of a company, meaning the price of your capital appreciating. So think of these 2 words: capital, meaning the capital you invested, $100, appreciating, meaning $100 going to 110, 120, 130, $200. So the price of your investment goes up. Example, Facebook, which is now called Meta. They were This particular stock was valued at $90 in October 2022. By February 2025, this stock was $740. Can you see the difference? $90 to 740. This is complete capital appreciation. Dividend is when you earn a slice of the company's profit. So for example, Coca-Cola that you drink every day, or you drink it every week. Let us say you drink 1 bottle of Coca-Cola every week, no problem. But the truth is that Coca-Cola is paying companies because they're making so much money selling Coca-Cola in different countries in the world. And they decided that every year they will give you 3.8%. So far you own their stock. So 10 different people can be owning the same stock, but they'll be earning differently. Why? You earn according to the number of shares. So they are going to give you 3.8% per annum. That's in a whole year, they will give you 3.8% of their profit, of the value of your stocks that you own. So if you have 10 shares, they are going to give you 3.8% of 10 shares. So if 10 shares is worth $70, sorry, $700, you will check 3.8% of 70, $700, and then they are going to pay you. So you can also grow your money with stock by buying great company at a cheaper price. When I said buy low and sell high, there are stocks that when you target to buy them, you buy them when they are quite low and you sell it when they have gone up so much. And then you also earn dividends. So sometimes you have a stock which is growing and they're also paying dividends. So it's like a two-in-one kind of advantage that you have. We actually use this unique strategy to double our money. There's a particular stock I shared in the community. This stock pays dividends of about 50%, meaning that if you invested $100, you're sure of getting $50 back in a year from this stock. Now, this stock can actually double. Like the stock is valued around $8. It can grow from $8 to $16, meaning that your money will also double the second time. So you invested $100 in this stock. At the end of 1 year, the price of that stock has doubled, meaning from $8 to $16. So your $100 will grow to 200, and then they're paying you dividends of 50%, meaning that your $100 you will earn $50. So from putting in $100, you're now earning $250. See how interesting this can really be. So stock market is actually a game changer. So the same way you buy goods to sell higher so that you can make money is the same way people buy stocks cheaper to sell higher for profit. So you have seen this particular bedspread bedsheet, okay, and you bought it at 4,000 naira, and you start posting it on your status and saying, "Come and buy this beautiful bedsheet at 7,000 naira." So you're making 3,000 naira for each one. So that by the time you check in the cost of your advert and transportation, bringing the clothes, from picking it up from wherever they sent it, you'll still be in profit. So when people buy stock, it goes up. When people sell their stock, their price drops. I will definitely show you when I get into the chart. Now, people often ask me, can US stock or even Nigerian stock collapse permanently? This is one question I see people ask me. Let's look at the 7 magnificent companies in the US stock market. These magnificent seven are the 7 best and the solid, like they form the base for other people. So we have Meta, Amazon, Tesla, Netflix. I can't remember the entire 7 at this point in time, but you can Google Magnificent Seven, you will get the entire list. They used to be called FANG when it was Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and Google. So now it is Google, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, Tesla, Meta, and then which one did I miss? Google. Okay, so I got it. So I will pick Amazon, for example. When people ask me, will these stocks collapse? I will tell them, okay, let's pick Amazon, for example. Do you know how many products Amazon sells on their website? So many, right? Now, do you know the number of offices, warehouses, and trucks that Amazon own to be able to distribute products? Do you know the number of workers Amazon have? Now, think of the services they offer. They've created jobs for people, and they're giving you and I opportunity of e-commerce. They also have their cloud services where people can store their private information online. They also have the pharmacy services that they just opened. Look at all the things that they have come up with. Do you really think that government can give people this type of jobs? True or false? Not really. And we also buy these companies' products. So remember that some of them we buy their products. Let's use an example, Meta. Every day you wake up, you own a Facebook page. You definitely will open your Facebook. You will go there and see some. You can even run ads. You can also watch videos. There's so many. You can drop your post. You can do business there. All these things that they are doing, the world actually needs these companies. So it will be very, very, very hard for them to just disappear. So what you should be thinking of is, how do people make good returns from the stock market? So instead of asking, when will is this going to collapse, or is that this one, just start asking the question, how is it that people are making money from this stock market? Now, there are times that the market is open. For Nigerian stock market, it opens by 10 a.m. in the morning and closes by 2:30 p.m. The US stock market also opens around 9:30 in the morning. But it's just that for us that are in Nigeria, we're going to use the time zone. So if you're in Nigeria, the market opens by 2:30 p.m. But in the America, it is opening by 9:30 a.m. And then in Nigeria, it opens by 2:30 due to the time zone difference, and market closes by 9 p.m. So take note of this, okay? Now, there are 2 types of stock that will give you cash flow. The growth stocks, the ones that I told you can grow and your capital, and then the dividend stocks. So growth stocks are anticipated to grow at a rate that is above the average rate for the market. And there are sectors where people are spending money on buy their shares. This is one trick I use. This is a trick that I use. There are companies that area people are spending a lot of money on it. Just like Amazon is one of them. Many people are using Amazon, paying and buying things online. Most people own Facebook and they are running ads, content creation. So these are the kind of, then Tesla, the electric car is becoming so important that many people are ditching regular cars and buying Tesla cars. So you don't need to fuel it. All you need to do is to charge it. So you see, these are sectors where people are spending money. Focus on those kind of areas. In 2024, AI was one of the sectors that did well last year. Why? They have chat GPT, they have the chips. So if you track this sector, you're definitely going to make money. Artificial intelligence has come to stay. You can now see AI can write stories for you. You can even impute a story idea into some AI websites, and they will give you the entire script, even generate images for you. That is AI, and it is still going strong. So it is one area you can work on. Let's look at COVID year. During COVID year, the worst hit are hospitality, travel, like airplanes. People were no longer moving from one country to another. So if you had invested your money in airline stocks, they will not be doing much for that year. But for that COVID year, healthcare, that's stocks that are like Pfizer, um, Sanofi, big brands that are doing well, you can actually invest in them. Now, food was doing well because everybody was now at home eating food. Banking services, because people were now doing transfer, online banking. So that's how you find all these things. Social media pages like Meta ads used for marketing. People were trying to sell online, do some things, run courses, host websites online. All these things we are giving a lot of money to people. So when I say look at places where people are spending more money, the sectors, I know what I'm saying. So let's look at some data. Events that can be the clue to help you make money in the Nigerian US stock market. So the truth is, some of these companies that I mentioned now, like AI is still going strong. So if you look at any stock in AI, don't just buy any of them. What you can do is to just go online and type the best stocks in AI advancement. You will not get a list of stocks. You will not check all those stocks and look at their performance. That's how you will pick them. So that's how you're going to be making money from them. Now let's talk about dividends. Dividends are, like I said earlier on, a portion of profit that a company gives you. You can earn your dividends monthly. You can earn your dividends quarterly, meaning once in every month. So 12 times in a year, they pay you. For quarterly, every 3 months, they pay you, meaning 4 times in a year, you earn. So you can start from dividend aristocrats. Assuming you're going to ask me the question, which one will I start with? Go with companies that have paid dividends for like 25 years and above. So if you go on your Google and type dividend aristocrats or dividends paid for the last 25 years, they will give you a list of companies. You can start from there. But I've simplified it for you. So there is Coca-Cola, there is ExxonMobil, there is Walmart, there is Target. So that's how you get paid every month or every quarter. A lot of growth stocks do not pay dividends. So when you look at growth stocks that I had mentioned earlier on, you will see that, oh, they are not, let me go back. So when I was talking about growth stocks, you see these growth stocks that are into healthcare food, some of them do not pay dividends, okay? So understand that not every company pays dividend. And any company that is paying you can also decide that they don't want to pay you again. So bear that in mind. Now let's break down dividend. When people say, how do I know how much a company will pay me? So let's use a stock called GNL. It is a real estate investment trust stock, meaning that they're involved in properties, real estate properties. They buy a land and then they build on it. They rent out these spaces. It can be office space, it can be for banks, it can be for hotel, it can also be for hospital or for churches. So they manage it every month, they collect rent. So this particular one, they pay every 3 months. And currently, it is valued around $8. Okay. It's, because prices are fluctuating. By the time I open the website and check it real time, the price may not be this $8, but let us just assume it is $8 at the moment. And they pay you 13.65% of your money every year in dollars. Oh, in dollars, my sister. Hey, meaning that they will give you $1.01 for each share you own. Now, let's say you bought 100 shares with $810. Let us calculate it. So they pay you $1.01 for every share that you own, and you have 100. So just do 100 multiplied by $1.01, meaning they will pay you $110. So from putting $810, you will earn something around $110 for just owning their stock without doing anything. This is pure passive income. So if you split this money into four, that means every 3 months they will pay you $27 for every 4 months. So January, February, March. By April, they pay you 27. May, June, April, May, June. By July, they pay you another 27. That's what they do until they have given you this total of $110. So when they pay you this money, you can reinvest it into the stock so that you continue with what you're doing. So assuming you own 8,000 shares, that means you're investing 8,100. Just calculate 1,000 shares multiplied by $1.10. It will give you 1,100. That's what you earn in a year. So every month, every 3 months, you receive $270 for the next 4 months. If you still leave it there, another year will come, they will pay you another one. But peradventure, you are reinvesting this $270 every 4 months that they pay you. Imagine that you are using it to buy back. That means this 100 shares, 1,000 shares you have will now grow to maybe 1,100 shares because you are constantly putting the $270 back into the stock. That is one of the smartest ways that you can actually earn money using the dividend stock. So it is a strategy that I teach in the class, and you can spend it. You can decide that, okay, this 270 I use it to pay for my expenses, or you can decide to reinvest it so you can earn bigger gains. Maybe 1 month, sometimes you start earning up to 400 because you've been buying back. It's called buying back of stocks. Okay, so that is exactly how you can use dividends. To now you know how to calculate yours. You cannot tell me again. You can go back and watch this video again, so you will get the exact way I have explained it, but I have simplified it, and I will show you how you can get these figures online. So here we are, and this is GNL. So I'm using stockanalysis.com. So how you get this is go to your Google and then type stock analysis. It will bring out this particular website for you that has this blue logo with a chart inside. So you use it. So you come here and you type the name of the stock. So I can type anything, okay? But for the purpose of this, I'm going to type GNL and it's going to pop up. So this is GNL. So I had to do it, do it afresh so that you get to see it. So this is GNL. Everything you need to know about this stock is here. So currently this stock is around, let's see how much it is. It is around $7.55. Awesome. Even cheaper. It's a good time for me to buy more safe. So you can see here they are paying 13.45. That means they're giving you $1.02. Okay, so because this is fluctuating, you must come here to know the exact value. And then for you to own this stock, you need to own it on or before April 11th so that you can be paid on 7th of May. So there's something called ex-dividend date and earnings date. Ex-dividend date is the day you should own. Like you cannot buy, if you buy this stock after April 11th, it just simply means that you cannot be paid. If you buy after 11th of April, you won't be paid on May. You'll be paid in the next quarter. So understand it. So most times look at the ex-dividend date. If you are within the window range, you quickly jump in and buy so that you'll be able to earn it on the earnings date. So on this earnings date, that's when you will see your alert. Does it make sense now? So this is how you check it. So any company you want to know if they pay. So let's look at Amazon. Okay. So you type Amazon, just stay with me, okay? You can see dividend not available, ex-dividend not available. So you can see that this company is not paying dividends. That's how you know. Now let's go to Apple. You will see Apple. You see that Apple will pay you $1 for every share that you own, and they give 0.49%. So $1 is what they will pay you for every share that you own. So that's how you will check the percentage. You will see here. So the value of Apple at the moment is 204. So if you own up to 204, they will give you $1 per share. So if you have 10 or 100, that's how they will pay you in a whole year. Then you split it into 4 months. Does it make sense now? So let's go and talk about compound interest. Okay, let's talk about compound interest. So compound interest simply means that you earning interest on top of your interest, meaning the profit that you have earned, you earn profit on top of that profit plus your capital. So do you know that if you invest 10,000 naira every month in a dividend paying stock for 20 years and just 15%, you would have a total of 13 million. What you have contributed is 2.4 million, but your total interest is 10.9 million, meaning this has accumulated for you for doing nothing, just doing 10,000 naira every month for 20 years at 15%. So let's go and use an investment calculator. I like to show you proof. You go to your Google and type investment calculator. You click the first one, which is my favorite, calculator net. So you come here, you are doing 10,000 every month for 20 years. So you'll be seeing percentage at 15%, and then every month you do a top up. So in a year you put in 120,000. So every month you do 10,000 naira. Now let's calculate. Can you see? Just ignore the dollar sign anyway. Can you see that you have made 13 million? In this 13 million, you will see that you started with 10,000 naira. Stay with me. You started with 10,000 naira and then you contributed 2.4 million in 20 years. So when you are doing, if somebody told you to put 2.4 million at a go, it will be difficult, right? But now we are doing 10,000 every month, and it's so easy that just taking out 10,000 naira will not really, cost you so much. Now at the end, your 2.4 million that you have contributed as a whole has given you extra interest of 10,870,000. Where you go see this kind of money? So this is the kind of things I learned from rich people. I started seeing rich people that have all this kind of 10,000 naira that they put it in their children's account when the children are born. So when they are turning 20 years, imagine for 20 years, you now hand over like 13 million to a child. Imagine that, remember that some of them are doing more than 10,000. Some of them are doing 100,000. Meaning that, let's say this is a rich guy, because I told you that I was following their footsteps. I saw what they were doing. So let us say that this particular person was doing 100,000 at a 15% annual return. See, the child will have 132, meaning that in 20 years they have contributed 24 million. But this 24 million that has grown with compound interest has given them 108 million. So can you see the gap? This 24 has been working for you. When I say let money work for you, this is what I mean. So your total interest will now be 108, giving you a total of 132. Can you see how the rich people, so you see their children earning money every month. So assuming this child gets to 20 years and has 132, do you know that if every month they pay this child $10,000 or $1,000 and they use it to take care of their expenses, they will still be in good money for life. So that's what it means when I say let us look at this thing together so that you begin to understand it. So that is how I hope you are enjoying this class. The question now is, how can I get started? Like, I know you're now asking, okay, how do I now start buying these shares? Now you have shown me, you have opened my eyes, Julia. If you are ready, type I am ready to start investing. Type it in the chat box. Say I am ready to start investing, Julia. Type it. I told you I am going to be reading all the comments, and some people are going to be winning gifts from me. I want to see that you're following up with this particular live class. Okay, so how do you open a brokerage account? That's how you start. You must open the same way you go to a bank, Zenith Bank, GT Bank, Union Bank, UBA, whatever, whichever bank you work in there, and they give you a form to fill. The difference is that for stocks, you need what we call a brokerage account, and you don't need to walk into any bank. All you need to do is to download it from either your Play Store, or you can use my link. So my link will be in this video. You can click on the link, and all you need to do is click on the link. It will open a page for you. You will see where you will put in your email address, you set a password, and you'll put your phone number. This information, you put it and your account is ready. You can now log in and start adding every other thing that is important. So like I said, my favorite at the moment is Optimus by AfriInvest. Let me show you how it looks like. See how Optimus looks like. This is the laptop version. Okay, on the phone it looks a bit different, but same way. So this is AfriInvest, Optimus by AfriInvest. and you can see you can download it from your Google Play Store if you're using Android, or the App Store if you're using an iPhone. So it's super easy. I will give you my referral code, but the simplest thing for you to do, so you don't tell me I downloaded the wrong app, just use the link in my description. Just go to the comment section. You see where I pinned it, click on it and download it. See all the things they have. They have savings packages. You can save on in naira and dollar. This is OptiFlex, meaning you can put money today, take it out tomorrow. Optilock, when you must lock it for at least 2 months to 2 years, and they pay you. In this one, you can earn up to 22%. I'm not joking, 22% of your money. These are different easy ways you can make money. So this is investment in stocks, and US stocks and Nigerian stocks. So it is complete super amazing. This is the stock that I'm talking about. Okay, so that's how it looks like on the laptop version. Okay, so how do you start investing? Let me first tell you the benefit of all these apps. The first one, it is a free download, so you don't need 1 naira, you don't need $1, you don't need any money at all for you to download it. It is completely free. Two, it is easy to manage, meaning that you can set it up and start using it without going to, you know, go off or go crazy trying to figure it out. The third reason is that it is low cost, meaning that with just $2 you can get started. And like I said, it is easy to access. Now let's go proper to the levels of how to download it. So the first thing you do is to click on the link. Like I said, there is a link in this particular training. You just go there, click on it. It will take you directly into the app setup. So you go there, put in your email, put in your name, sorry, your email, you set a password and put your phone number, and it will just tell you that you have created an account. Now you go to Google Play Store and then type on the search Optimus by AfriInvest. Another way you can do it is to go to the Play Store or the Apple Store, type in Optimus by AfriInvest and download it. When you are finished downloading it, it's going to request the referral code. You put in this referral code 4B4100, 4B4100. Just type this in and it will go through. Okay, now when you open it, it takes about 5 minutes. That's the maximum. I have a video that will walk you through so you avoid making mistakes. So before you jump in to go and download it, go and watch that video. 2,000 people have watched that video. So it's not that many people that have downloaded the app have used the step-by-step guide I put on that video. So make sure you download it using that particular video. And then after doing that, you'll get account verified and approved. You're going to get a mail saying all the documents you have submitted, from your BVN to your international passport to your utility bill or bank statement. By the time you put everything, that's why I said go and watch that video so that you don't make mistake. Then you now fund your account from your bank account. So the good thing about this is that nobody can fund on your behalf. You must send money from your local bank accounts like your GT, Zenith, UBA, Access, Fidelity, whichever one you're using. You fund it, you go to that your bank. In this app, they will give you a unique account number that only you can use in the entire world. So when you get it, just go to your bank account, type in that account number. It's usually Wema or Sterling Bank. Then you get notification. You get a debit from your bank, you get a credit alert from your account, your Optimus account, and then you use it and buy your shares. See, it is straightforward and quite easy. So the next I'm going to talk about is how to choose the right stocks you're going to buy. So I'm going to give you some information. You have to start investing in profitable companies. First of all, buy companies that you use and believe in their product. So I use actually two strategies. So these are questions you can ask yourself. The first one is, if I could be a part owner of a company, what company would you like? So if I tell you now, I want you to be a part of a company in this world, just tell me whichever company you want. The question is, what is that company you used to dream about? For some people, it's Microsoft. For some people, it's Apple. For some people, it's Tesla. For some people, it's Google. So these big tech companies may be where you want to dream to be a co-owner. So that's how you pick. Now, what companies do I spend my time, money, and energy on their product? Do you spend a lot of time on Facebook? You should own Meta. Do you spend a lot of time on Google searching for information? You should have a Google stock. Do you spend time doing Snapchat, recording videos with your Snapchat? You should own. So that's how you check all these things. The bank you use, you need to buy their shares too. Now think of the skincare product and makeup you use. Think of the toiletries that you use. Think of the medicines you take. Think of the app you always download and use. The electronics you buy. Online stuffs that you shop on. That's how you get the first clue. Now the second thing I'm going to tell you is that we're going to do like a practical session. So when you wake up in the morning and you brush your teeth, you probably wear your sneakers and go out to jog. You drink water probably during your jogging or when you come back from jogging. Then you go check your emails and messages. You now browse online, open social media pages. Can you see this is like a lot of people's normal routine? The question is, do you know that all the things you are doing, there are companies that you're giving more money. You drink water, you need to buy more water. So the company that you're buying their water, they are constantly in business. Just the same way you get sneakers you wear to jog, Nike sneakers. Do you don't have Nike shares? You brush, Colgate. Which company has Colgate? See how you have to start thinking now. So you start thinking, where are people spending money on? So the first one is, which one do you want to belong to? Which products do you love to use? The second one now is, where are people spending money on? If you can answer that question, then you can pick and choose the right stock. The third way you're going to choose the right stocks, I call them the ETFs. ETF simply means exchange traded fund. They're special package that they have with the stock market. So let me explain how it is. So let's say you are confused. Which stock do I buy? Should I buy Apple? Should I buy Amazon? Should I buy Tesla? Should I buy Google? Should I buy Microsoft? And you're confused. Should I buy Nvidia? You're just confused and thinking, which one should I buy? Now, this exchange traded fund is like a basket. So it's like you walk into a store, you want to buy a chocolate, and then you see different chocolates that are littered everywhere. And for you to buy them one, it may cost you maybe say 500 naira. And maybe you want to buy the vanilla, you want to buy the strawberry, you want to buy the chocolate. So these three flavors will give you 1,005. And now you spot another box of chocolate that is 1,300 naira. In this 1,300 naira, they have over 10 different flavors. Which one would you like to buy? You prefer the one that has a lot of flavors, right? So that's what happens with ETF. We have ETFs for different things. We have ETF for the best 550 companies in the US. We have the ETF for the best tech stocks. We also have ETFs for the best stocks for stocks in the medical sector. So these are different ETFs. They are tracking different sectors. Okay. My favorites are VOO, VTI, and VGT. If you go online, search for these three, VOO, VTI, and VGT, you will find them. Now, the question is, if you love yourself so much, if you feel like all these things I've been saying, you really need to get started because you want to start building a portfolio. The beautiful thing about earning in dollars with from stock is that you're buying a day in future you don't have to work again. So all the work you're doing now, you don't just spend all the money you get. See, it is very easy to spend money and it is difficult to multiply money. So do the simple ones, which is as you're spending the money, dedicate and sacrifice 10,000 naira. 20, I've shown you the power of 10,000 naira. I've shown you the power of 100,000 naira, how much they can give you. So start now to determine how much you want to pay yourself every month. So if you look at yourself and you are like, okay, this month, is it 10,000 naira that I deserve to pay myself to say this is for my future? That's how you think about how much you need to get started with. Now you have to remember that every time you spend money on bills, there is somebody you are giving money and there is nothing for you. You make your money goes to the hairdresser. You barb your hair, it goes to the barber. You go and buy pure water. Every money you have is going somewhere. So the question is, what is it for you? You deserve something, and because you deserve something, you have to start buying assets. Okay, so you have to develop a financial plan. You have to understand the stock market cycle. You have to learn how to balance your portfolios. These are some of the things we teach in the community. You have to look out for Donald Trump policies because if you're going to look into investing in the stock market, the US stock market, you're going to be understanding what happens in America because some of these things are giving you clues to stocks you can buy. For example, there's a company called Palantir, which I've been talking about a lot here. They recently won a US government contract to supply and do some AI tech in the army, in their intelligence unit. So it is going to boost the value of the stocks. That means that they are in serious business in this Trump election policy and period of his tenure. So they're going to make a lot of money. So it is time for you to cash out. It is time for you to start making money in, millions. When people tell you 1 million, $1 million is no longer up to $1,000. It's around $600 thereabout, or $700. So when you're looking at 1 million, it's about, just tell yourself $650 is about 1,000 naira. So our money no get value again. But regardless, I want to help you on this journey to make your money start working for you. And I have a solution. I can help you to kickstart. And I want to make you an offer. Yes, you have been here with me. You've learned so much. So imagine what you will now get when you join the community. So I'm going to offer you the Stock to Wealth Academy. Okay. What do we do in this academy? First of all, you get to join the project 1,000. So my goal is to get into a community, 1,000 people who have joined the Stock to Wealth community, or maybe the VIP, because the Stock to Wealth is the basic level. The VIP is the higher level, which costs 50,000. But today I'm going to talk about the Stock to Wealth. What can you do with 10,000 naira? If you buy shawarma 4 times, it don't go. Sorry, 3 times. Okay. So there are so many things you can do with 10,000, but how about putting it to learn something that will pay you for life, that will help you make a lot of money? And besides, you stand a chance to win cash prizes from me to buy your stocks. So when I told you when I started earlier on that two people are going to win, when you pay, we're going to do a lucky dip for people that have paid, and somebody is going to win cash prize from me to be able to buy themselves stocks. It can actually be you. Yes, you. I want it to be you. So do us a favor and do yourself a favor, most importantly, and join. And in due time, when we grow more in our numbers, we're going to have someone win up to $100. And we have other great gifts that we want to give out to people. Now, what do I teach you there? I teach you how to buy and sell your shares without losing money on fees. Because when you check how much they are charging you, you need to buy a stock and sell without losing your more money on fees. I'm going to teach you how to pick the right stocks. I'm going to teach you how to earn every month. I'll show you the stocks that pay every month that you can buy today, and you can possibly double your income. So assuming you are investing $100 to buy that stock that will pay you every month, it means that in the next 1 year, you may likely double your capital plus the monthly earnings you receive. Isn't this amazing? I'm going to show you a plan you can use to create your children's educational fund so that when they get into university, the fund can be used to pay their school fees. It won't come directly from you. I'm also going to give you a list of my stock. So I have a list of stocks that I'm using at the moment that they are printing money for us in the community. And all the things I'm teaching you are in video lessons. So you're going to have lifetime access to these video lessons. This is what people are doing, this thing for more than 10K, but I felt like this is a fair deal because I want to help you. So you don't have any excuse. You can't say, God is telling you now, go and pick this opportunity. Now, the three hot stocks that may likely return 100%, this is the game changer. I'm giving you stocks that can give you, in fact, there is even one that I know that can give 500%. I kid you not. The question is, if you join the community, you're going to get it. So how do you make your payments? I know the next thing you're asking is, okay, how do I now make my payments? So this is the payment details. So, take this screenshot. This is my GT account, 0011646742. This is the account number, GT Bank. When you have made your payment, you send a message to finwiseafricatribe@gmail.com, or you send a payment proof in the WhatsApp group where you had this training. So if you had gone through this particular training in a WhatsApp group, please go back to the admin, the person who taught you, which is me, okay? Because I'm going to be teaching you live in different groups. So if this training, you are catching it on the training, just make your payment and you can reach me on the WhatsApp group and then send your proof. So this is it. We also have a seller link. that were dropping. So you can go through seller. When you click, it will take you directly into the group so that you can just get started. So it is super amazing and easy to set up. So I hope this training was very helpful. Did you enjoy this entire training? I'm very, very sure that you enjoyed yourself. My goal is actually to help you make money. So if you're ready to get started, just go to the comment and type, I am ready to start my financial journey. I am ready to start building my assets in the stock market. That's what I want you to do. Please go and do that very fast. Now, let's talk a little bit about the VIP. So, VIP, in addition to everything you're getting for the stock to wealth, which this is an advanced level. So, everything you're getting in stock to wealth, you are getting it under VIP. But we have a $100 challenge that we do there. And then they also get to see the stocks I buy every week. And I tell them when I'm selling every week. And I get to review their portfolio, sit with them. We do an online class session where I look at all their portfolios and I will correct them where they're making mistakes. So there's just so much that we do in the VIP community. Do not miss this opportunity. If you cannot join the VIP, no problem. Most people started with the basic and they have graduated and now they're in the VIP leveled community. But this 10,000 naira opportunity is a sweet, sweet offer. Hey, I'm telling you because you're learning from the person who has gotten results, and I'm going to be showing you, leading you step by step to make sure you do not make mistake. You cannot make mistake by God's grace under me because I'm showing you practical things that you should learn. So this 10,000 naira is for a limited time. Over the next few weeks, the prices are going to go up to 15 to 20,000. So I want you to take this opportunity and just jump in now and learn how to trade smart and retire early. So here is your choice, okay? So the first thing you can do is maybe after listening to this training, you can just sit on the sideline and you're watching, and you are busy analyzing and waiting for one magic to happen, and other people will be making this money. Or you can make sure that 2025 is the year you actually level up. So you can join us by learning all the things I have mentioned I'm going to talk about because I'm breaking down exactly how to build wealth. So you can become a part of our investors experience. So we are going to do an investors experience event where we get in all the people who have paid or joined any of my programs, either the stock to wealth or the VIP. We are going to be getting together. We'll be having a lot of hangouts, but the experience is where we are coming together physically in one day. It's going to be exciting. We're going to be giving awards to people who made it to people who have $1,000 accounts. You're going to receive a gift. Those that have $5,000 accounts, and the whole idea is to encourage people to grow their money so that they can make more money. So that is why I say that this particular experience is something you should never miss. I want to see you in that community. I want to, look at this amazing ladies, see how they are hugging each other and, loving up and everything. This is the kind of circle you should be in. Circle that they're discussing opportunities, you're networking, you're breeding ideas. So for this experience, we're bringing in people who will come and teach us even more ways to even make money. There are so many things that I'll be teaching in the community. I'll even be showing you people different ways you can be making money outside the stock market. So this is something that I do with a lot of passion and a lot of love in my heart. And I cannot wait to have you join. So I'm going to end the session here. If you have any question, please drop it. I'm going to start answering the questions. So drop your questions. If you have any thing you need, I can reach out to you. I can talk about it. Let's hear your questions. I want to see you ask me your questions. Is there something you need me to explain better? Or are you having some form of confusion? You need clarity? Just drop it right down in the comments. Go to the chat, drop it right now, and I'm going to respond to your questions. Okay. And I hope you really enjoyed the time out. I've had massive fun, and I hope you had too. So take care and let's see the questions.